Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 13 of my New York City Wrestling series for TEW 2016. So this is, of course, Seasons Beatings. This is the December show we are running, kind of in the spirit of Christmas. Uh, I would show you some of the guys we've brought in because we've got a lot of debutantes today, but I think I should just go with the show, and you will see. I think all of them are actually wrestling tonight, which is really good. We've got quite a long show as well, and a very, very big main event, which I'm expecting very good rating for as well. So yeah, I guess we'll just run the show. The first match is a 71C+, and we've got our first debutant here. We've got El Serpiente. He's a very, very good luchador. Comes into us, can work in the USA, which is awesome, and he's got very, very good stats, performance and in-ring stats. So yeah, he's debuted his troublemaker gimmick, got a rating of great. But yeah, Bulldozer Brandon Smith defeated El Serpiente in 12:53 by pinfall with a backdrop driver. Non-title match, of course. It's the first match on the card as well. El Serpiente was really off his game in this match as well, and he's getting better at his gimmick. And they both have great chemistry together, and it showed in their performances. That's awesome. And Bulldozer Brandon Smith had an in-ring rating of 85. 85, that's ridiculous. Awesome way to open the show here. We then have the next debutant, that is Earnest Youngman. He's already got 50 overness in the tri-state region because he does also work for PSW, Pittsburgh, the Pittsburgh company, which I believe are in the tri-state area as well. He's debuted his badass gimmick, got an initial rating of poor, which is not great. We might have to either change that or tweak it. But he gets a 54C minus for his promo on Nigel Svensson, and of course that helps Nigel improve in his acting skill. So yeah, pretty good all round. Their match gets a 67C plus. That's awesome. In a bout that had good wrestling and decent reaction from the crowd, Ernest Youngman defeated Nigel Svensson in 12:30 by pinfall with the hit. Any worker improvements? No. And Ernest got a 68 in-ring performance there. Awesome. So we go to the next match, and it is a tag team match. All four guys wearing masks, and we finally get the first involvement of Marsh Stranger. So in a decent match, El Minico and Marsh Stranger defeated Savage Tiger Jr. and the Masked Mauler in 11:55 when El Minico Jr. defeated the Masked Mauler by pinfall with the Northern Lights suplex. In terms of in-ring work, El Minico was head and shoulders above everyone else. The Masked Mauler was the weak link, as you kind of expect for a 43-year-old. So yeah, 63C. Masked Mauler improves in technical and performance. Savage Tiger Jr. improves in performance skills, and Marsh Stranger also improving in performance skills. We then cut to a backstage promo. Bulldozer Brandon Smith is talking about Man Mountain Cahill, just doing a menace promo to try and get the boys over and get some decent ratings on the show, as you pretty much would expect from me by now. That gets an 86B plus, and advances their storyline. We then have Man Mountain Cahill's match. He versus another debutant, Gary the Entertainer. In a poor match, Man Mountain Cahill defeated Gary the Entertainer in 5:56 by pinfall with a mountain topper, and that gets a 41D. This was also the cooldown match. And Gary's debuted his bubbly babyface gimmick on an initial rating of above average, which is great to see. Man Mountain Cahill had a 40 in-ring performance, and disappointingly, but kind of expected, Gary's is quite low there. Any worker improvements? No. We then have Man Mountain Cahill cut a promo back on Bulldozer Brandon Smith, and that gets a 95 A star. And I think we might book that match in for Rush Hour, which is the next show in January, the start of the new year. So we'll book these two in. We might actually book a stipulation match. I'm not too sure how it's going to go down in terms of, fan reception. I think First Blood could be cool. Yeah, we'll go First Blood. I was kind of thinking Texas Deathmatch because I kind of like those type of. Yeah, we'll go Texas Death. Why not? It's one of my favorite types of matches, having to get a pinfall and then a 10 count, like a last man standing match. Hopefully, you guys can't see another new signing there. I don't really want to spoil it because he's quite a decent signing, to be honest. I'm really impressed with him. So anyway, we're doing Bulldozer Braden Smith versus Man Mountain Cahill. There we go. Get that booked in. Texas Deathmatch. I like it. I like it. That's a 95 A-star gimmick. The next match. There we go. Ross Henry. We've signed Ross Henry, who I'm not sure. You guys probably will or will not know him, which just is a bit of a stupid thing to say. But Ross Henry is a former football player. I think he played for the Colorado Rapids in terms of the Seaverse. He's a multi-millionaire, I think, and he has a love for wrestling. He's not in the game to make money. He's in it, or in the wrestling world, simply for his passion. So yeah, he's got 72 overness in every region in America, and some pretty decent performance stats apart from his psychology. But obviously, you would expect that to be low because he's only this is his rookie year as well, so that's why. But this match pulls a 55 C-. I mean, no one in this match is really outstanding apart from Ross Henry, so yeah. In a decent match, Ross Henry and Xavi Ferreira defeated the boys from the Yukon in 7:46 when Ross Henry defeated Howlin' Mad Mort by pinfall with an Earthquake Power Slam. In terms of in-ring work, Ross Henry was obviously head and shoulders above everyone else. Debuts his dual sports superstar, got an initial rating of below average, but he's getting better at it, which is good. And there was definite lack of psychology on display, yes, because they all have like under 45, and I think he's got like 28. So yeah, Ross Henry with a 65 in-ring performance, and Xavi with a 49 there. Any worker improvements? No worker improvements, but a good match. Ross Henry then cuts a Menace promo, just a generic one, basically just saying, Ross Henry is here, I've come to make an impact, and anyone that gets in my way is going to get Earthquake Power Slammed. We then have, I wouldn't call it a cooldown match, but it's pretty much what it is. We have Honest Frank taking on Freedom Eagle, and he defeats him in 8:24 by pinfall with a Frankenherder, and that gets a 47D. Just wanted to bring the crowd back down a little bit before we go into these next two matches. So this match, a decent match. Steve Flash defeated Logan Wolfsbane, another one of our debutantes, in 10:13 by pinfall with a flashbang. Obviously, want to work on his psychology, so I'm just putting him with Steve Flash. And yeah, that gets a 64C, awesome rating. Debuts his old school heel gimmick, and that gets a great initial rating. And he got a 69 in-ring performance. Yeah, he's very, very good in the ring. We then have the Southern Stars cutting a backstage promo, 75 B-, pretty happy with that. It's rated on Menace for Animal and Entertainment for Tennessee. And the match itself gets a 66 C+. I'm happy with that. In a decent match, the American Cobras defeated the Ring Generals and the Southern Stars in 24:31. The order of elimination was the Southern Stars first, and then the Ring Generals. The American Cobras win the NYCW Tag Team titles. So the Cobras are the new Tag Team champions for New York City Wrestling, which is awesome. One of my favorite tag teams, going against another one of my favorite tag teams, and the former champions. So yeah, as you can see, I mean, they're all fairly similar, to be honest. They're all putting in the same sort of rating, except for Marvel, which was a little bit lower than everybody else. We have Dean Waldorf improving in technical skills, and Marvel Malloy improving in performance skills. Should be a decent show rating. 55 C-. Animal Harker was slightly overused. Nigel Svensson was used too much. El Serpiente, far too much on this show. Your show appeared worse because of production values as expected, and increases our popularity. Okay, so I think the best match on the card was Nigel versus Earnest. Yeah, it definitely was. Followed closely by the main event. Actually, that was the first match. What am I looking at? But I think we'll go with El Serpiente. I don't really know why, but it was off his game, so maybe we um, give him some encouragement. And then we'll go Ernest Youngman and Nigel Svensson, and we'll praise them for a great performance. Seemed pleased, and was pleased. Good stuff. Going back to the main title screen here. Okay, let's have a look at our... Okay, it hasn't gone up, our size, which is okay. It's okay. Like I said, I mean, starting from next year, so obviously in 2 weeks' time, once it hits January, I'm going to be running that second show every month, which is part of the reason why I brought all those guys in. We're going to have a lot more time for them to apply their trade. I think I might just make it a 1 hour show. Short and sweet, straight to the point pretty much. Will pretty much allow us maybe 4 matches on the card. At least 4, I'd say. It's kind of a definite. And yeah, I think it will be beneficial. I'm just going to call it main event because I've got that logo graphic for it. I don't think I'll record any of them. Don't really see a point in doing that. It's pretty much just going to be just the young guys versus the older guys that are good, to just try and pass their stats on and make the younger guys a little bit better in their in-ring and performance skills. So, well, at the same time as making a little bit of money and, of course, increasing our popularity and importance. So yeah, we'll have a look at the storylines. We have added another one. Empire Building is at a 95 A star, which is crazy, but you've got to kind of expect that when you've got a guy like Man Mountain Cahill and Bulldozer Brandon Smith in it with their menace abilities. The tag team titles is at a 70 C+, which is awesome. Very happy with that as well. The New Generation, yeah, I don't know about this storyline, but it's a 54 C- anyway. Old School versus New School is at 66 C+. My Mask is More Prestigious is at a 63 C. This one's just starting to really kick in a little bit with the obvious inclusion of Marsh Stranger there. Is he on El Medico's side? Who knows? They did tag together on the last event that you guys just saw. And the last storyline is Cocky Youth, Ernest Youngman, and Steve Flash, which is yet to start, but it definitely will start. Probably on those second shows I'm going to be running alongside all of our scheduled events. So yeah, that's going to wrap this episode up, guys. Hope you have enjoyed it. We'll have a little look at the creative meeting actually before I leave you. As you can see, Ross Henry, number 2 in the franchise players. Storm Spillane up to number 3. Down from number 2, I believe. I think he was number 2. Next big things is obviously change with me bringing in all those new guys. They're all kind of under 28 years old, which is awesome. We've got Earnest at number 1. I mean, you just got to look at Earnest, and you can kind of understand why. He's got a B, C+, a few Ds, 75 basics, good safety, consistency, selling. Charisma, star quality is fairly decent, and he's got the stamina to go. And he's a perfect heel, I believe. And he can talk. He can talk as well. Yeah, and he's popular. 53 in the Tri-State. He's PSW's national champion. We got Nigel Svensson, he was always in here. Gary the Entertainer. Didn't have a very good debut, but that's alright. We didn't really bring him in for his wrestling ability. As you can see, star quality, charisma, acting, microphone. He's awesome on the mic. Can cut a mean entertainment promo. We'll be getting him to do that fairly soon in his rookie year, of course. And he was unemployed. And then we got El Serpiente, who was wrestling in Mexico for CILL. He's a main eventer there. He's got pretty decent popularity in southeastern Mexico. But you look at his skills, he's pretty awesome. 83 B+ basics, 82 flashiness, 70 aerial. He's got a couple of C- and a C for some of his technical skills there. Good charisma, star quality. Again, he can probably cut some mean promos. I haven't actually checked if he can... passable English. So we might not have him cutting any promos for a little while. But it shouldn't be too far off once he hits fluent. Hasn't really changed. Obviously, Gary's in there for hot prospects. Talk the Talk, Ross Henry, and then Gary. I haven't shown you Ross Henry's stats actually. Yeah, he's got a shitload of Bs. A shitload. 62 brawling, pretty decent chain wrestling as well there. But obviously these are going to improve, and hopefully that psychology is already up, I believe, 1 point. Go down, yep, 28, and he's now 29, which is awesome. And that was in that really bad tag team match with everybody having really bad psychology as well. So yeah, happy days, and I'll show you his popularity actually. 72 overness in every region. Yep. So showstoppers, El Serpiente is on there now, which is awesome. Ring generals, they're the same. Who's hot? I don't think any of them would make it yet. Who's not? Logan Wolfsbane is on there already. That's a little bit of a worry. Hidden gems, they're all trash. They've been the same, but all those guys that I signed are pretty much better than those guys. Well, the majority. So yeah, that's going to wrap this episode up, guys. I hope you have enjoyed. Don't forget to tune in for the next episode, which will be Rush Hour, and I'll go through the... actually, the show will probably... The main event, the second show, will probably be in week 4 of every month. So yeah, you guys won't be able to see one of those until the episode after the Rush Hour event. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching, and don't forget to drop a like, comment as well. I'd love some feedback, that'd be awesome. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, guys.